let's take a look what we're doing here. We have a client who has an annuity, and it's a guaranteed benefit base in addition to a guaranteed lifetime income. So we're going to take a look and see. The client was interested in the performance options. There are other insurance companies that have updated their benefits and could potentially give them a better deal. The insurance is around the initial principal and then a lifetime income, a minimum distribution that would be guaranteed for life. The contracts, those are called living benefits, are age-based, and this is a variable annuity. So we're going to see what we got here. So there's a carrier that I've been looking at of late for guaranteed income. It's nationwide, and they're giving a 7% increase to the benefit base and very attractive distribution rates. So let's see if I can pull that up here. So the client has invested $47,000 a number of years ago. It's grown to, the client invested $18,000 a number of years ago. It's grown to $47,734 is the liquidation value. The benefit base is $64,378, which is really good. The $47,734, we could do the math. It's going to be very good as well, considering it's in a product with a defined set of mutual funds. So it's not a go anywhere product here. But let's see if we can find a better rate for him. So I look at these on what's the bare minimum, the absolute rock bottom guarantees. So if the client moves this, they will avoid any taxes. The current benefit base is the market value, $47,000. If that does go down, the death benefit could conceivably go down to $18,000 or below, or not below. The $18,000 would be where the insurance company would step in. So there is some quote unquote risk between the $47,000 and the $18,000. So by changing carriers, the client gets a step up in their death benefit if it's not part of the contract, which it's not in this case. The next is, what's the guaranteed income? Right now, the client's guaranteed $2,897. So we want to take a look. If the client deposited $47,000, he's looking to take income in more than 2 years. So it'll be a minimum 3 years before he's actually taking out income. So we're going to look and see here what his guaranteed benefit would be. There's performance. Obviously, the contract's a variable annuity, so it can perform better. We're not going to go into that too much just because we don't have any control over that. And I don't like to go into that because it's a finite number of mutual funds that the client can actually invest in. So we're just going to see how close we can get to an average rate of return. The insurance company won't let the individual invest 100% in equities. There's going to be some percentage that's going to be in bonds. So we won't see a point for point comparison with like the S&P 500, but it can be attractive. So high point, lifetime income, benefit base, lifetime. So this is showing me that the lifetime income, the minimum looks like $4,534, And if we just did some really quick math, pretty close to 7%, which would be 7,000. So 3,500 is kind of what we were expecting. And the first sort of kind of a little bit of a red flag. So this came from the insurance company. It isn't what I had expected. This is what they call the Nationwide New Heights Select 9. That's not familiar to me. My representative there, she went ahead and she sent it over to me after sending me. I've worked with her on 3 or 4 different other cases. This is where we got to kind of be a little bit careful. Again, we want to get down to what's the rock bottom minimum, what the client's going to get no matter what. So a lot of these have some ifs and the ifs, ands, and buts in there. So we want to make sure we don't get trapped for our, we don't get the client trapped in there. I don't want the client to have an experience where there can be a situation where they're not sure what they're going to get back, or it's less than what they had anticipated. That's easy. That's fine. But we want to use these for planning. These are something. Obviously, everyone has fixed costs as they go into retirement, and even before retirement. The classic example I like to use is a second home. So if you have a second home, it has property insurance. You're planning on keeping that home for a long time. How much money do you need to set aside to cover the property insurance?